so things beginning to look up for them now. 2 for 32 the score, and that's good running. Shy at the stumps, but he would have been well home, and that's a misfield down that end. They'll get 5 for this. The shy at the stumps, the backing up wasn't very good. It looked like Mahinda Armanatha was diving away desperately there to cut off that overthrow from Siva Ramakrishnan. Kapil Dev not very happy at all. New Zealand 2 for 37. It's in the air and through the gap on the offside. So Reid beginning to cut loose here a little now. The field a little slow. But that's a bad misfield. Well, it looked as if it hit the rope. I wasn't too sure about that. We'll have to have another look at it, but it seemed that they'd made a terrible mess of it. Yes, the 4's been signalled down there. A lot of New Zealanders in front of that stand weren't too happy about this. Let's have another look.
There's a sporting gesture there by Madan Lal, but it was quite obvious that there was a great deal of confusion here as the fieldsman approached the boundary, leaving it to one. And now Madan Lal slips over. The ball goes beyond Madan Lal, touches the rope.
Madan Lal is the bowler, Crow taking strike. And he's gone. 3rd wicket down. And India struck again. Pacemen have done it once more. They ripped through Australia the other day in Melbourne. And Mohammad Azharuddin has now caught Martin Crowe at slightly backward point. Pacemen doing all the damage again.
Just what New Zealand didn't need. Martin Crowe looking to play the ball away forcefully through the offside, but the ball flying from a thick outside edge to just behind points. And yet Mohammad Azharuddin takes the catch comfortably, went straight to him. So New Zealand in the 15th over, 3 for 52.
And after 18 overs, it's 3 for 62. The medium pace seamers and swingers have taken the wicket so far. Kapil Dev, Binny and Madan Lal getting a wicket each. Madan Lal about to bowl his 5th over.
Still Gavaskar has 5 men inside that circle. Only has to have 4, but it's 5 at the moment. Indication he has the feeling that he's on top. Shastri, the fielder. He's under 2 spinners. We'll come into this attack a little later.
So India have got a very nice balance in their team at the moment. The leg buys. And Houth coming back for the 2nd. He's in trouble. Yes, he's in big trouble. It's a very good throw there. Kapil Dev has been excellent in the outfield.
And that might be one of the reasons he was in trouble. I think the strap at the top, his left pad, has snapped on the 2nd run and has hampered him on the way through.
Off the pad there and just sneaking past the keeper Vishwanath, who was annoyed at missing it. Then Kapil Dev with a magnificent return catches Jeffrey Houth just a fraction out of his crease, and a very disappointed New Zealand captain leaves the ground with his pad flapping. It's 4 for 69. 3.39 now, and Armanatha has bowled 5 overs. No wicket for 14. It's hit away on his leg side and into the gap. Reid turns blind, he's on his back and gets to. Azharuddin out in the deep. Good piece of fielding, good quick return. Wasn't quick enough to beat John Reid. Just a little too high for keeper Vishwanath to drag it down. Doing the right thing, grounding the bat. 3.4 at the moment. Jeremy Coney has to strike. Mahinda Amanat to continue. It's in the air, and he's just a little lucky to get away with that. Didn't time it very well, but it's found the gap, and it's running away down to the boundary, and over the top it goes. Roger Binney not able to drag that one back. And that boundary will bring a little relief to the New Zealanders watching this match. It certainly will. The first boundary, New Zealanders bats in 12 overs. That's exactly what they need now. There's plenty of those.
4 men inside the circle. Must be close. Oh, if he'd hit there, Coney was gone. And Sonny runs up and makes out to knock the bails off with his right hand.
Coney is the old English name for a rabbit, and I'm sure that Coney needed to scurry like a rabbit to get in. He wouldn't have made it either had that been a direct hit.
And there's the 50 for Reid. So in his 3 innings so far, 22 not out, a 62 and a 50 not out. Only one boundary has been hit in the last 19 overs. That was hit by Jeremy Coney. It's a good solid shot from John Reid. He certainly looks at home against the spinners. That, of course, is John Reid's great strength. He successfully combated the wiles of Abdul Kader during the Test series in New Zealand recently, and there he is using his feet very nicely to the left armour Ravi Shastri. And that was New Zealand's 25th single in succession. Nice bit of flight there from Shastri. And still, it's just a trickle of singles. 4 for 115. There's a chance for a 2. Well, finally, after all those singles, we've come up with a double. And that was well run by John Reid. Again, hitting the ball not far from one of those deep-set fieldsmen, but running the first one hard and coming home for 2. And there's a fieldsman there, Keppel Dev, straight down his throat. So Reid, after having done all the hard work, was holed out. And Keppel Dev, a very, very good outfielder. He's already been involved in 1 run out and took that catch very safely. With this dismissal, perhaps the consequence of John Reid trying to put the New Zealand innings up a gear, down the wicket, hitting the ball in the air. He doesn't do that very often, but on this occasion he chose the wrong fieldsman to hit it in the air too. Keppel Dev takes the catch comfortably. John Reid out for 55, caught Keppel Dev by Shastri, and in the 35th over, with drinks coming onto the field, New Zealand 5 for 119.
Siva Ramakrishnan bowls to Smith.
It's wide of Binney, and a much needed boundary there for New Zealand. 5 for 133 after 38 overs.
He's Shastri now, left arm round the wicket to Coney. There's a good top spinner, a quicker one from Ravi Shastri. None too confidently played, but he'll pick up 2 runs. And it's 5 for 139. Five for 142. Coney 33, Smith 12. Partnership some 24 runs between these two. It was certainly worth a good shout, which is what Ravi Shastri gave it. But not worth the overthrow. It was good running between the wickets. It's the first time the Indian fielding has just slackened a little. don't think that'll go down as one of the better shots of the day or of Jeremy Coney's career. The very last thing in the world they wanted was to lose another wicket there. Coney 33 bowled by Shastri, the one that came on with the arm, and still 9 overs to go.
Jeremy Coney then clearly indicating his intentions, giving himself a little bit of room outside that off stump, and Shastri delivering the arm ball. And New Zealand now, that loss of Coney for 33, 6 for 145 with 9 overs remaining.
Richard Hadley takes strike to Ravi Shastri. Hadley, and that should be out, safely caught out there at deep mid-off. Martin Lowell has taken the catch. Richard Hadley has gone, came in late in the order, and has not lasted very long at all.
Once again, Ravi Shastri picking up 3 wickets. One of the features of this competition has been the outfield catching by the Indians. Hardly one has slipped away from them, and Martin Lowell, confident catch again. So Richard Hadley out for 3, New Zealand in the 43rd over, 7 for 151. Well, 6 overs to go now. And Madden Lowell, who's bowled 5 overs, taken 1 for 10, being brought into the attack, and the New Zealanders going along at 3.62 per over. Cairns has the strike. And he's hit that one down towards square leg very strongly, just over the boundary rope, I think, for 6. I think it was fractionally over the rope, or was it? Umpire signalling 4. We may have to have another look at that. I think it was the fieldsman down there who perhaps indicated that it bounced just inside the rope.
Well, the crowd here at the SCG letting out a loud boo when the umpire signalled. But we can't really tell too much from that, I'm afraid.
Kapil Dev to Lance Cairns.
That's a full toss and the smash back. Just wide of the bowler. They'll come back for a second. This could be close. Big appeal there for the run out, but that's good running by Smith. He went flying down the wicket and got himself back just in time.
Ian Smith very nippy indeed between the wickets. The throw was a good one from Azharuddin. Ian Smith very quickly, and that was a very close decision, but the umpire quite rightly judging in the batsman's favour.
Well, that's played through the gap on the offside. No protection down there, and this may just get to the rope. It will. Roger Binny's not very good at dragging those back. A couple of occasions now he's chased it out to the rope and given it away right at the death.
Ian Smith still playing a very effective little hand, and he'll be in strike now to the next over.
Yes, the best thing he can do is get a single, I should think, and that's got to be out very close. Whew. Perhaps it was just missing the leg stump, but it did keep low. Smith trying to pull it away, and my initial reaction was that it was plumb. Well, it'll be interesting to have another look, perhaps going down the leg side.
He caught a glimpse of Ian Smith's expression. I don't think he could believe that he got away with that either.
Martin Lowell to Smith.
And straight down the ground, this could be out. It will be out. They don't make many mistakes in the outfield. For him to have an